Yo. So let's see how we are here. Today we are gonna go and check some of these sweet things. Now this video sound So let's see how we are here.
Let's see, I think I have some double voice right now.
I have a small issue, I will fix it in a second. There. Now it should be back. Don't have me on video right now, you will have me on video in just a little second. I had a small malfunction here, and let's see, here I am. Now we are live and now we are ready, and I have a small coffee with me. Of course the coffee is in a wax mug, it's black coffee, that's how we should roll. We should always go with the black coffee in the morning. In a second we will also be joined here by Ted, who will present some Chibis for us. And Chibis is one of these new NFT games that is coming to Wax. Hopefully everything works out fine right now. You can hear me. Let's see if we are live. Yes, everything looks correct right now. So perfect. Let's start with today's mission. Today we're gonna check a little bit about blockchain heroes. Chibis, and then some Wax news. And as you see, you can't even see, I have a lot of tabs open that we will go through today. We have a lot of news, and first thing I want to mention today is that we have these subatomic drops going on the Wax blockchain for anyone participating on the heroes.atomichub.io marketplace. So you get some tickets. You get 1 ticket for each Wax you either sell or you buy. So currently these tickets reset in about 10 hours. So the leader right now has sold or bought blockchain heroes for almost 23,000. I will actually zoom in so you have an easier way to see this. And these 23,000 it's a nice sum for these 24 hours, and next drop is actually with these cards, and then we can see the upcoming drops, and we can actually see the previous drops here. So let's flip this a bit, and we can actually add my face here as well, and it may be a little bit more interesting. And these blockchain heroes will continue to be dropped for 7 days for anyone that participate on the secondhand market on Atomic Hub or heroes.market. So both markets, and every hour they drop 3 cards to the lucky winners, and I actually got one, and I would say that I was very lucky. See, I just got something sold. I was very lucky with this one. This is the #1 mint of the subatomic legendary one. So this is the most rare one that they are dropping, and I actually was lucky enough to get the #1 mint that I actually put up for sale. So anyone can buy it if they want it. I put it up for 6,000 Wax. These Wax will actually go to help fund new things for the studio. I'm building a studio in that room right now. I have done a lot of things so far, like a paint job on the wall. I bought some furnitures. I bought some mats, and lamps are on the way, and I have some acoustic panels coming to help increase the sound quality, so hopefully that will turn out nicely. So anything you buy from me will actually go and help fund that. And another cool thing they did with blockchain heroes is that they had this drop of atomic atom bombs that they actually dropped on all users that either bought Garbage Pail Kids or Blockchain Heroes prior to the launch, and this was actually dropped as a collaboration with Tops, which I actually think is very interesting and very exciting. And right now Chibis will join us soon. I'm not sure that his sound is currently working. He has some kind of issue with Discord. We might actually need to swap to Zoom. and see if we can get that going. So I will do that simultaneously as we go here. And so these atomic atoms, they were dropped in different varieties, and I actually found a few of them pretty interesting because this is one of the ones I like. If you look at this, the effects are really nice, and with this atomic atom, I think the Garbage Pail fanboys is gonna love this one actually. Personally, I think it's amazing, and someone bought this for 6,000 wax a few days ago, so that is also very nice. Let's see if I can actually invite him. Let's pause this camera for a second and see if I can get him going. There, and we can full screen this in a while. This is what happens when we go live, and this is actually the second live stream we do, so it's probably perfectly fine that we have some of these issues, and it's things like this that happened. And it's fine. When he comes, we will go into Chibis, because here I have a Chibis article that he posted, and we have actually an announcement here that the Chibis alpha sale will go live today in Sweden, tomorrow for Ted. Ted is actually located in PST, so right now it's actually 11 p.m. So it's a late night call for him, and hopefully he will be able to join us on Zoom and get the audio working. We tested earlier and it started to work, but now it doesn't. Let's move on to some wax news while we wait for Chibis. So, wax news. This is the Wax Council, and the Wax Council is pretty amazing right now. We have people from Google, from Microsoft, from Marvel. We have this Captain Kirk. I mean, if you look at all these names, if you just check where all these guys are coming, we can fastly see that they are pretty amazing brands. We have Animoca brand, Magic Leap, Atari, Exploding Kittens, Gumi, and perhaps you don't know all of these, but you for surely knows what Google, Microsoft, Marvel, and William Shatner, the Captain Kirk. He's from Star Trek. If you don't know about Captain Kirk, you're not a Trekkie. At least you know about Star Trek. You know that this is a big thing. And hello, Javier. Happy that you're here and joining us. Hopefully soon we will have the audio. Let's admit him. He's in the waiting room for the Zoom call. And if we go and check here, this is Gumi. So this is one of the, if we go back here, this is one of the latest partner here. They actually make some games. Brave Frontier is actually a game that is big all over the world. And they have some other sweet games here that are mobile games. Most of them are huge in Japan, where they are from, but some of them are actually have actually moved to the global market. We also have here Exploding Kitties, which is one of the other ones. This is they see here they raised $8.7 million on a Kickstarter. That's a huge campaign for a game. This is actually a card game. Personally, if I look at this, I see that it would be beautiful on a blockchain, but we are not sure if it actually will come. We just know that they are here, they are interested, they are part of the council. So that is for me very exciting. If we move on, Magic Leap. So we have there Gumi, we have Animoca brands, we have Exploding Kitties. And if we go here to Magic Leap, this is a VR company. So they work with virtual reality. We go to Animoca brands. They are building games like the Sandbox. If you're a crypto gamer, you know what the Sandbox is. You know that you probably have seen a lot of these, like the Formula Delta Time. These are actually selling NFTs on Ethereum, and they are selling for a lot of value in US dollars. And they have a long list. There's a link below if you want to check this out more. And Atari. Hopefully you know about these guys. They are one of the earliest video game creators in the world. I mean, currently Roller Coaster Tycoon is probably one of the more famous one that you know, but these guys are the guys that created Pong. If we look here, let's see if I can actually scroll this. We can see that they have the IP for Asteroids. They have the IP for Pong. so there, well, this is the list of the individual properties or the intellectual properties that they actually own or have the rights for. And as you can see, it's a huge list. Atari is huge in gaming, especially in old school games. And then we have, okay, let's go back. I think we actually have Ted here. I think his mic is actually working right now. So let's see if we can actually, yeah, I hear him. So let's make this full screen.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now, Ted. This is actually great. And
excellent.
Yes. So let's see if I can get you on screen properly. Yeah, so here we have Ted here from Chibis. So welcome and happy that you join us.
Thanks, I'm glad to be here. Finally have to get in all that technicality working. I'm like, oh, my computer, what are you doing to me?
Yeah, it's
how's your night going?
Yeah, my night is going great. It's 8 a.m. It's early morning. I'm here with my black coffee in my wax mug, so it's a good morning. For sure.
Excellent. For you, it's morning. For me, it is midnight, which is my prime time.
Yeah. And so I have a kid that is almost 2 years, so for me midnight is usually sleep time because he wakes up around 5 or 6 a.m. Most days. So yeah, it wouldn't be healthy to stay up for too long. But what is Chibis? Let us know. What is this game?
Okay, sure. So Chibis Global is a new iteration of some old blockchain games that have been pretty much expired, and it is a game that is a role-playing game mixed with some strategy aspects and some just stuff that you would remember from like gaming in the 90s and the early 2000s with some new technology added into it, including a blockchain. So Chibis is a certain art style where you have if you guys are familiar with, say, Garbage Pail Kids, you have a oversized head with a small body. And it's very famous. I mean, that stuff's been around for 30, 40, 50 years. A lot of it's Asian. A lot of it's kawaii culture, which is like cute culture in Japan. And what we're doing is we have a fan base already. We have about 3,000 players that have been around on Ethereum, and we are now coming to Wax with a new game. So that's what I've been working on for the last, I'd say, about 6 months. Some of the previous developers for the community didn't do some wonderful things, so I've taken over. And I've made a new game for the people, by the people. They've asked me, they're like, hey, why don't you do this for us, and we'll put the game together and we'll get it going and see what happens. So that's what I've been doing. I've been on Ethereum as a developer for about 3 years, and I've been in game development for almost 20 years. So it's exciting. Chibis is exciting. It's exciting to be on Wax, and yeah, that's the game. It's just strategy, beat them up, beat bad guys, collect a bunch of stuff, and have a lot of fun.
So your game on Ethereum, you have a few thousand users. How does that game work for someone that hasn't seen it before?
Okay, so pretty much the way Chibis works is, well, this version of Chibis is going to be a mixture. So just like any game, you're going to have to log in, you're going to authenticate into the server, and then you're going to log into the game, and you're going to be inside a city. And inside the city, you'll have access to a whole bunch of different resources through your user interface. You'll be able to go to your headquarters, you'll be able to set up a team, you'll be able to pick from the Chibis that you own. Obviously, in the future, we're going to have pack sales. And in the pack sales, that's where the assets drop. The NFTs will all come out of packs. And then, once in a while, we'll have giveaways and we'll have events in the game where you guys can get stuff. And you make a team. Once you leave the city, you'll enter into an overworld map. And as you explore the map, different quests, different enemies, different opportunities, even stuff like mining and gathering resources will be available to you. And as you explore the map, you will encounter different types of battles. And those battles will be 2D side-scrolling, and some stuff will be 2D overhead, like you would experience back in, say, like a Final Fantasy game. So it's going to go from a 3D environment to a 2D environment and then back to a 3D environment. So it's a real mixture. It's a lot of fun, and there's a lot of different strategy involved in it because you have to pick the right team. We're going to launch with around 50 Chibis, but you can only have up to 5 in your party once you've unlocked different parts of the story and you've gone through the tutorials and stuff like that. So with that being said, you're going to have to pick your team. And once you pick your team, you're going to have to go out there into the world and figure out what's going on and survive. So that's the real fun aspect that we've always loved about Chibi games, is that you don't know until the game's launched what team is going to be the team to use when you're out there. And this game's different than other experiences that players have had. So I'm going to authorize them to be able to set up up to 5 different teams on the initial release. So, for example, say you send out a team of 5 Chibis and you get about halfway across the map, takes you about 16 hours, and suddenly you encountered something that's so strong and you thought you had it, but man, you just got wiped out. You're going to have to set up another team as a medic recovery team, and they're going to have to get out there, pick your Chibis up and get them back to the city so they can heal them up. So they're going to be able to get past that enemy. Doesn't mean that they need to beat them, but they just need to avoid that enemy, grab your team, grab the stuff, like the loot and stuff that they've earned, and then get it out of there, so that way that you don't lose your progress. If you don't have a medic team, you'll probably have to practice a few times and figure out what your limitations are until your team grows up, because you're going to have to level them up. So Chibis will start at level 1 with low stats, and as you explore, as you gather items, and as you defeat enemies, you'll gain experience, you'll gain coinage, and all sorts of things that will help level up and power up your teams. So that's it in a nutshell.
Yeah, and now you don't see that, but for people viewing, I actually have the Chibisfighters up, and they can actually look how the graphics are and stuff like that. But so Chibis is some kind of like a mixture of I haven't played a lot of Final Fantasy, but it sounds a little bit like you gather your team and you go out and fight. I mean, I'm a big gamer, so there's a lot of games that have similarities to this, which is very exciting for me. How will the fighting work in it?
Okay, yeah, sure. I do have a couple of articles out, so we can go into that, but it's going to be a side scroller. So say you see one of our big enemies that we're going to use is, his name is Mr. Fudd, because we all hate Fudd in blockchain.
Yeah.
So I decided to make Mr. Fudd, and he runs around with his little cult. So you're going to run into a bunch of fudders. So what will happen is that he'll attack, or you'll attack him, and you'll be thrown into this 2D side scroll. So you're going to be looking at the screen, and your team's going to be on the left, and their team's going to be on the right. And depending on how you set them up with their skills, with their classes, with their gear, then they're just going to mash at it. It's kind of like an idle fighter, where you put them in, give them a couple of commands saying, okay, use this special ability, use this team up, and then they just attack the enemy, and the enemy attacks you, and you just, you see what happens at the end, what the outcome eventually is. So you get to watch a little battle between your guys after you've told them what to do, and hopefully they win. That's the idea. So we want to beat as much Fudd as possible. So, and one of the exciting parts too is Mr. Fudd, he's been beating the Chibis up so much that he actually started turning them into Chibi wax. So he's been melting down all the Chibis and turning them into coins. So one of the side, this is a very important aspect of the game actually. But the side chain will have Chibi wax, and you'll be able to use your Chibi wax to purchase special gear, specialized items. I may even put it on a chain and start to actually make something profitable about Chibi wax. We've done that in other games like Ethereum that I worked on. We had an off-chain and an on-chain coin. So yeah, Chibi wax is the first one. So go save your brethren and get their Chibi wax back from the fudders. That's one of the goals.
Yeah, that sounds really fun actually. And I know that, okay, let's see where we should take this now. You are actually launching something today, which is a pre-alpha sale. So what is that?
Okay, so pre-alpha stage, Alpha Chibi is a limited edition Chibi. Now, I've been very generous with this guy. So what we decided to do was, in an effort to support us coming over to the Wax blockchain for the first time. I've never been on Wax before, even though I worked with OP Skins a few years ago. We're releasing 100 and only 100 of this Alpha Chibi, and he's going to go on sale Wednesday night at 6 p.m. Pacific time on Atomic Assets. Now, he's limited to 100 ever. So just even with 3,000 players at 100, that's less than what? 1%'s what? 300?
Yeah.
So I don't even know. That's like less than a percent of players.
Yeah, if we have 3,000 players, 10% is 300. So this is actually like 3% of the players of your actual player base. A little bit less, since you have a little bit higher user base. Will actually be able to have this character. So that's pretty sweet. And from what I saw, it looks like they go for 1,000 wax each. Was that correct?
Yeah, they're going for 1,000. Originally, we had slated them to sell for 2,000 wax each, but we decided because Chibis has always been about the players, so we decided to sell it at 1,000 wax and allow the players, because there seems to be a lot of collectors on the wax blockchain as well as players. So if people want to get it tomorrow and then resell it or hold it for the future, or even eventually transfer it over to Ethereum or over to Tron, they'll be able to do that. Now, let me just say also that in previous iterations, limited edition pre-release Chibis went for anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000 US dollars each, and we're selling them for $50 each. So this is huge for the Chibi community and for the wax community. So hopefully everybody will take advantage of it.
How do you plan to reach the current community, the current Chibis community?
We're already in contact. So we have a council of about 12 major leaders within the Chibi community that's in Discord, and they've been providing us a bit of guidance, and we had a Discord design team. So for the last 6 or so months, we've come up with different white papers, different ideas for the community, and we're also very, very deeply involved with OpenSea. OpenSea is an Ethereum community marketplace, and my team on another project was one of the teams that actually helped get OpenSea up and running. So that's where a lot of the assets are, a lot of the players are. So we're going to reach out to people through different channels, especially through OpenSea, and let them know what's going on, because there are tens of thousands of Chibi assets that are already crafted into NFTs that can be ported into this game. So people have been taken advantage of, and they've been waiting to be able to use the Chibi stuff for all these years. You know, as each iteration of the game kept failing, I'm going to bring all those assets into this game. So people are going to be able to bring their Chibis from 2017, 2018, etc., onto this battlefield, and then actually be able to use them in a real-time environment, not just on a 1D screen where they were just like crypto kitties. You know, they're going to breed a Chibi here, breed a Chibi there, and see it. Now you can actually go into a battlefield and fight. So yeah,
that is beautiful, and I love that you're actually working together with multiple blockchains, because in my world, that's how you should do it. You shouldn't be a maximalist just working with one. You should actually try to build together everyone into one entire ecosystem. So that is beautiful. And OpenSea actually is working on integrating wax. If you didn't know that.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
No, I did not know that. I'll have to run by the guys and see what's going on there, because I know they just updated their front-facing search engine for their assets, because they have like 12 million NFTs now. So they've been optimizing that so that people can not have to sit there for 30 minutes while their stuff updates. So, but yeah, it's exciting. Also, I forgot to mention, the reason why we're doing a pre-release for Alpha, the Chibi, is because we are releasing this weekend a closed alpha access for the game, so that we can actually get some testing done. We need to see how the account system works, authentication for the different blockchains and inventory systems, and how the players on different browsers and different devices can actually render the game and give me kind of some feedback on what I need to tweak, what I need to get done, what they like, what they don't like. But we're pretty much all on the same page, so it's really just testing things out and seeing how it's working so far. That's what we're doing this weekend.
So you're very busy.
Yeah. Oh man. Today I was just crunching keys all day long. I'm just like, I need to rest for the interview tonight, but I can't because I have to do all this. So it's been a lot of fun. Yeah,
and okay, we have this Chibi that is pre-sale. You have something called alpha scrolls, key tokens, Chibi gear pieces. What are all of these things?
Oh man! All right, so I'm assuming you're in my most recent article that we just let out Monday. Is that right?
Yes, and I show it on screen, and I actually have it linked down below if anyone wants to click it.
Ah, excellent. All right. So what's going to happen is that the players, on top of just getting the very first, limited edition Chibi for the upcoming game, whoever is holding, well, let me rewind. As soon as they sell out, I'm gonna do a shot in time. I'm gonna take a picture of all the wallets that are holding Alpha Chibi at that exact point in time, and they're gonna get an airdrop within a couple of days. So if you're holding onto your alpha chibi, which I hope you are, or if you're reselling it to somebody else that wants it, make sure that they get the airdrop. You're going to get access to one of 100 items because there's 100 alphas. And what we have is that we have 20 early alpha access keys. So this is going to give you access to the alpha game before it even hits for anybody else to play. So even if you're not part of the testing group, 20 people are going to get access to alpha on September 1st. And that's going to come from the airdrop that comes from holding on to alpha chibi. On top of that, we're going to have in the future closed beta. So on top of early alpha access, you're going to have access to closed beta as well, and we're going to give away 25 of those keys. Now that's important because getting to play the game ahead of time allows you to obviously to impact how it's developed, because I take feedback, but it also gives you a heads up on what quest to do, where to go to get this item, where to go to that item, and you can kind of be a community leader too. You can start building guides, you can start building all sorts of guilds, because we're going to have guilds. So if you tell your guild mates, these are the strategies to be really good, you're going to want to be in one of those early access areas, is just to have that information if you're not even looking to give testing feedback, even though of course testing feedback is always appreciated. Now that stuff's great, but that's not even the golden. The golden area is the next, 55 items. So this stuff is where there's value. So holding on to your alpha chibi, or selling off your alpha chibi to somebody that's gonna, value these items, is very important. 10 unique alpha scrolls. So the way scrolls work in the game, scrolls, if you're familiar with role-playing games, will give you an update to your skills, or even a special skill that character will not normally have access to. So say Alpha, all right, take Alpha for example, he might have this healing ability where he can heal the entire party at certain points in time. One of those Alpha scrolls is going to upgrade that healing ability to not just heal your team, but also remove debuffs like poison, stun, etc. That Alpha scroll is probably going to be the most valuable of all 10 of them, and I wouldn't be surprised to see it go for 10 to 20,000 wax easily, minimum. So whatever people do with it, they do with it. Now if somebody that gets it wants to play, obviously they're not going to sell off their most amazing scroll, so they're going to use it in the game. But if a collector gets it, or if somebody that's really looking to make some extra wax, that alpha scroll and the other alpha scrolls as well are really going to take off. Before I go into the rest of them, did you have any questions on those?
No, it's pretty clear for me right now, so just continue with the key tokens.
Okay, sure. So following from there, we're also going to give away 25 founder key tokens. Each one's going to have a varying rarity. Now, those key tokens in the future are going to be used for pack drops. So like I said earlier, we're going to release founder packs, we're going to have Genesis packs, and we're going to have Excelsior packs as our first 3 pack drops over the next couple of months. So those founder key tokens will access founder areas within the game. They'll give you access to very unique runes, which we haven't announced what runes do yet. And some other stuff. So, and depending on the rarity of your founder key token, and we're gonna randomize them. So I'm not gonna put like 2 legendaries in there. I'm not gonna put 15 commons in there. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna airdrop 25 founder keys, and I'm gonna assign a rarity. So each one that rolls when it's open will give you your rarity. So there might be 7 legendaries in there. You never know. And depending on the rarity will depend on the amount of stuff that you get access to over time. Those founder keys will always produce things for you throughout the years of the game. So it's not just for the initial release, but December 2021, you'll be getting stuff just because you control a founder key. And these founder keys can be held on to, or they can be traded off to other players, or they can be sold off, depending if you're a collector. You could hold your Alpha Chibi for the next 5 years and take all the stuff that you get from all the airdrops that Alpha Chibi gives you, and then sell that stuff off. So he's a gift that keeps giving. That's how I like to look at it.
Yeah, that's a beautiful idea.
The next piece is
thanks. Yeah.
I really love doing that type of stuff. Yeah. So the next piece up is there's going to be 15 upgraded Alpha Chibi gear pieces. So throughout the course of the game, if you're familiar with role-playing games, you're going to get armor, you're going to get boots, you're going to get gloves, you're going to get helmets. So these are going to be unique, upgraded versions of gear pieces that are designed specifically for Alpha himself. And there's only going to be 15 of them. I don't want to ruin a surprise. I'm not going to say which pieces are dropping and stuff like that. But there's going to be 15 total pieces, and those will be specifically geared towards Alpha himself. So you don't want to put them on any of your other chibis. and I'm not even sure. I may just make it equipable only by alpha. I haven't made them yet, so it's kind of exciting what I can do with it. However, these pieces will make your alpha that much more powerful, and alpha has a very important part of the story that he plays. So we'll get into that a little bit later. So making sure that your alpha, if you're going to use them, gets those gear pieces, and you're gonna have to trade with other players, because there's 100 alphas and there's only 15 unique items total for all those alphas. So only 15 pieces breaks down to maybe 2 chibi fulls worth of alpha gear, because he can equip, I think, about 7 different gear pieces. So that's 15 right there. So it's 7, 7, and 1. So only 2 or 3 people, if they collect all the gear pieces, will be able to fully equip him. So ideally, 15 people will get 1. And then maybe some of them will be collectors, so they'll be able to trade them off to some players. So players may be able to get 2 or 3 pieces total. But you never know. Somebody might complete a whole set, and that would be quite an amazing feat. With that being said, another aspect of the game that we're going to have that other players of other versions of Chibis have never really encountered is that we're going to have vanity items. We're going to have unique outfits. We're going to have unique updates to your gear, your swords, your axes, whatever it is, and pets, and a bunch of different vanity items, things that you can change eye colors and all sorts of fun stuff. So for this case, we're going to have 4 airdropped alternative art versions of alpha. So I'm not going to spoil what they look like, and I'm not going to make them until the airdrop is ready to go, so nobody gets to kind of see them ahead of time. So I really want it to be a surprise. But 4 people, whether they're collectors or players, will have a unique looking alpha compared to the already unique look that he has. So it's quite exciting. It's a lot of fun, and I think people will appreciate that.
Yeah, that's. I mean, all of these things you do, just take one of them, and it's an amazing idea, and you do all of them. So this is great.
Well, thanks. I appreciate it. I got to say, I've had a lot of experience and I know what people want in gaming. So, I really try to meet where people are at and say, hey, what will they enjoy and what will the people enjoy, and then do it. Why wait? Just do it.
Yeah, and then you have something called a claimable alpha hand painted art. So what is that? That is interesting.
All right. Yeah, sure. So this was an amazing idea that we came up with one night, and we've had amazing attention from artists for this project, more than I expected, and we came up with an idea. Every single special sale that we're going to have of a chibi from now and throughout the future will have a single physically claimable alpha hand painted art, oil painted item. So you're going to get an artist to hand paint that specific chibi, and it's only going to be one in existence, and we will mail it out to you. It takes us about 8 to 12 weeks because oil painting takes a lot of time to dry, and then you got to seal it, and then you got to ship it. But you're going to get one person in this airdrop for free. Obviously you bought alpha, so it's not for free, but it comes thereafter, that one of those people will get an actual physical art piece of that chibi that will be completely unique, signed by the artist, and hand drawn with oil paint.
Yeah, and so, in this article you have a concept art, so that is not the one that they will get. They will get something else. Is that correct?
That is absolutely correct. That was something that the artist just put together for me to kind of show within minutes. That's what they did with the hand brush and oil paints, and they did it within minutes just to kind of give us an idea of what a hand painted piece of art might look like. So it's going to be much higher quality and much more in depth, especially Alpha. Alpha is going to look absolutely amazing on canvas. So he's really going to stand out with the clouds in the background and the different shades of gray, and then his whole outfit and his crown and his electric shocks and all that type of stuff. It's going to look really good on canvas. Yeah.
If we just look at this Alpha Chibi, it looks amazing. So I think this is actually something that I'm very excited about, because connecting NFTs with something physical and actually selling the physical in NFT form is something I think we will see a lot in the future.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I think it's a really wonderful concept that you can claim something that you have digitally and still be able to touch it on your wall or on your shelf or whatever it is. Just like Blockchain Heroes, the fact that they came up with a physical product, an entire deck of cards that you can get to play the game that you're collecting in the NFT world. It's wonderful. So yeah, I hope that people appreciate the art, because the artist is going to put a lot of heart into making it, and they're really proud of being able to produce something for a game physically. So just for the artist, let alone for the collector, that's something that would be really nice. And hey, if you're not into chibis and you're just collecting, you can get rewarded this art piece, and then you could resell it, or you could resell the token to somebody, and somebody that would like it could claim it thereafter as well. So it's not just limited to the person that gets it. It will come as a token that you can claim, and then do as you will.
Yeah, and that is great. But I actually will do something similar. Well, I'm not an artist, so I'm not gonna paint something. But what I did is I designed a collection that I will actually print out on a painting, and I will have one in my studio that I'm building. And I also printed out 2 of them, and one will be an NFT that I will actually trade, and someone can redeem if they want to in the future. So I'm actually doing something similar with this channel. So that is I think it's great.
Well, you'll have to keep me updated, because I'd love to see that and see how it works, and maybe get some of that promoted out there with Chibis too. You never know. That'd be fun. Cool.
Yeah, and that should right. Come this week, but you never know. I order it, but it may take a week or 2 for everything to set up. So that is nice. And I actually think everything you do here with Chibis is actually very interesting, and I don't think that this has gotten out as much as it should have, because you're doing a lot of exciting things and interesting things, but you don't get enough attention for it.
Yes, so I gotta say, we've attracted the interest of an investor, and this investor may provide us some seed funding, and if that happens, I'm going to be able to put out some really solid marketing campaigns. But I really appreciate the thought too, because I don't have enough hype going on. I'm doing this for people that I care about, people I've been in community with for years. So I'm doing this amazing thing, and some people in Wax are like, yeah, this is awesome. They put the links up, and I'm so happy to be on here with you, but there's just so much more I wish I could be telling the world and interviewing. But at the same time, that takes away from my ability to code, because the more time I'm talking, the less time I'm typing. So I've been having this crazy balance over the last week with Wax. I'm like talking to people for hours about the game. I'm like, okay, I gotta go code this thing for like 6 hours, but I just love talking to you guys about this too. So it's a lot of fun, but it's a lot of balancing. So I think you obviously are amazing. Big Mike, big shout out to Big Mike if he's out there. He's been helping a lot with getting the word out, with helping to set up the rooms, because I'm new to Telegram. So setting up the Telegram rooms, that's been fun. The Wax blockchain, they're all over Telegram, but the Ethereum people are all over Discord. So I'm like, oh, now I got 2 social medias going, and I got my Twitter going, and I got my Instagram set up. So it's just, whoo, it's a lot of different hats at the same time. So
yeah, for sure, it is.
There's a lot going on.
And I actually just put up, I made a GIF last night when I learned that where you're located right now, because you are not in your home, you're actually out traveling and it's late and everything. I actually put together a small GIF with the that I was supposed to have on top of you when you were speaking, but since Discord was lost, we actually make it differently. So this is actually a GIF. I will send it to you, and you can choose to upload it as an NFT or not if you want later. It's fine. It's just a simple artwork. All right. If not, just add it in the Telegram channel. So that's beautiful. I'm happy to help, and when you have more announcements in the future, I'm happy to have you come on here and share them to help you reach more people, because I love to help engage the community and spread the word for everyone that does the work that you do, because you are a developer. You should be building. You should not be doing all the marketing, but you can come and do some presentations of things. So that's great.
Absolutely. And one thing that I don't know if I mentioned it in any of the articles, but it's probably good for us to cover tonight. We are in negotiations with Topps to have Garbage Pail Kids playable in Chibis Global.
That is amazing.
Indeed.
So we will see Fat Matt.
We had yes, Fat Matt will land down and block those enemies. So, and what was I going to say? That's actually what brought me to Wax. So I don't know if you've had a chance to read the first article, but I had a target of 10 different IPs, and Garbage Pail Kids has been on my radar for about a year now. And because of Corona and everything, I haven't kept up for a couple of months. And then I finally do a search, and I'm like, how did Garbage Pail Kids get released on a blockchain? And I didn't know. And that's how I found Wax. I came over one day, and I'm just like, okay, I'm on Telegram. Hi, Wax people. What's the deal? and you know, everything else is history from there. So it's exciting. Hopefully they'll go with it. I know they're working on a couple of other projects too. So, but Garbage Pail Kids is right up the alley. In my pitch for the executives, I actually listed Garbage Pail Kids as the Chibis of the West from the 80s. You know, when Chibis was starting to hit Japan and Asia in the 80s, and then we had Garbage Pail Kids. They were the Chibis of the West. So we'll see. I would love that.
Yeah, I would love to have my fat mats fighting in this game as well. That would be sweet.
Indeed.
Yeah,
for sure. So do you have any more questions about Chibis, or?
No, I don't think I have any more questions about Chibis right now. I think we have been on this for a while, and I think it's enough for a teaser and for information, and people can start to find more places. So on Telegram, what is the name of your channel? I will add it to a link below as well. I'm in there, but what is the name of the channel?
It's Chibis Global. So it's just Chibis Global. Yeah,
and if you want to search for it, Chibis Global is one word, and you'll find the channel. Is actually, if you don't know how to find a Telegram channel easy, it's t.me/the channel name. So t.me/Chibis Global, and you get a direct link to it. And I actually just added it in the chat for this video as well. So if anyone wants to join, so that is beautiful. I think we can say that is enough for now, and we can call this the finish of this chat, so to speak, and I can go on with some Wax introduction and Wax news.
All right. Well, I appreciate being here, and I appreciate your time. So once again, Fat Matt on, and I'll see you in Chibis Global.
Yeah, for sure. I will be on.
Andrews.
Thanks. So that's Chibis, and as you heard, that's pretty exciting stuff, what they are doing. And if we go here and look at some Wax stuff, something that is coming soon is also CryptoTwerpz. CryptoTwerpz. I had a hard time pronouncing that. It's actually a bounce. I'm losing words right now. Of collectibles where they make fun or they make animations. Well, they design some famous people like Elon Musk and yeah, you can see here, and they have actually a lot of artwork. And if you just go to CryptoTwerpz.com, you can sign up as a collector, and you can join this this newsletter, and you will get information when they release new stuff. And if you join their channel on Telegram, you will see that they are posting a lot of designs. They are very active, and they are producing a lot of content right now. So tune in and check that out. In the future, it will be pretty interesting where they take us. And here, something, I had an interview with Michael Blue recently, and I said that he had a music video as an NFT. I also linked something called Dear Superstar, which is a video of him. And this is actually one of the music videos he has on Wax. So I will just enlarge this and put on some volume. This is an NFT on Wax right now.
If I had the opportunity to be on TED, what would I talk about? And do I have anything original or value to say? You see, here's a platform that reaches tens of millions of people or more. So what would you want to say to the world if you had the opportunity to present your ideas or message to millions of people?
As you see, this works really well. This is actually very exciting. And what they do is they sell this Uplift art for charity. So they want to sell NFTs in different ways, music, art, a lot of exciting things to get money for a charity, so they can fund the charity with these NFTs, and the donations for the charity actually go 100% to the right place. And another, let's dig into more Wax news that is over the last while, and Dappradar put out a tweet about that all-time high result in both daily active wallets and transaction volume in July for Wax. And we see here there's a lot of action going on, and we all know that And what I actually did today is I put together, let's enlarge this. I put together some data. Here is sales on wax since the Series 1 launch of GPK. This is actually 26.5 million wax traded since 12th of May this year, and that's 126,468 sales or trades. Very exciting. And if we just look here since Blockchain Heroes launch, which is this weekend, you can see that they already traded 4 million wax and 24 million times. Now, this is not only Blockchain Heroes, this is all NFTs on wax, so there's some Garbage Pail Kids, there's some other assets as well here, but the majority is the release, because what has happened so far is when a new release comes to wax, we see that they go wild with these new numbers. We see here the Tiger King launch since that place, which is July 8th. We see almost 12 million wax traded. And here is since the William Shatner, which is July 30th, we have 6.6 million wax. And as we see here from the 30th to the 8th, there was 2.6 million wax traded, and then we have 4 million now in Blockchain Heroes. So that is exciting. As we can see here on this graph, we see this is actually the NFT trade since the launch of Series 1. And we see here the volume when the Blockchain Heroes goes live is crazy here. If I'm not mistaken, this pile here is the physical cards from Blockchain Heroes that came live as an NFT that you can buy and trade. And then we have some other trades here that's exciting. This is probably the atom bomb that was dropped that I mentioned in the start here. And if you want to support this channel, what I actually have put up is a collection called badges.block1. So if you buy any of these badges here, you actually give me wax directly. So if you want to support this in any way, just go in and check these badges. I will continue to create them. I design them, I post them all by myself. So if you want, that's an option. And here, let's remove these notifications. This is the subatomic one that I actually mentioned earlier, and I actually think this is an amazing thing. If we go back, I think I have it there. Yeah, we can see that the next drop is in 11 minutes right now, and we see the mint number 22 is coming of this special rarity. This is, if we look here, this is one of the, not the legendary one, it's the refractor. It's this one. It's a beautiful one. This is actually not part of this. Awesome. So this is just some sales I have. And if you want to get one of these cards, this subatomic, which I actually think is very exciting, because they have so many hidden gems, Blockchain Heroes, that this is something you get from participating on the market. They have these golden cards, Golden Fury, that will drop to wallets that has participated in the initial sale of the packs. They are coming in a few days. They actually been sent out after 7 days of the Blockchain Heroes. And what I like about this is they keep things interesting by continuing pushing content. They announced a few things, and then suddenly there was this atomic atom, and then now we also see these subatomic ones, and then we have the Gold Fury. So we have a lot of interesting things from the Blockchain Heroes that you can learn from if you work with some kind of NFT project that we launch on Wax, or is active in any way in this community. So learn from this, help share it, and help spread the love of this project. Let's hope that we can get even more users. We have 3.7 thousand users so far traded NFTs on Wax, and hopefully we can make this number go 5, 10, 20, 30x by New Year's. Do that by sharing, creating content, pushing all the amazing things that come. Push the Wax Council, just help spread the word, and I think we will be very successful. So that's it from me for today. Let's hope you enjoy this, and let's speak